cannot even tell you how long I have been waiting for this, but finally I have some new bookshelves, and today we are going to organise them, and I am also going to be doing a bookshelf tour. My current bookshelf situation is I have one main bookshelf downstairs in the lounge, but it's like right in the corner of the room, which is why you never really see it because I can't really film there very easily. That bookshelf is full, and therefore I have some books on Ollie's bookshelf in the study. I have books just scattered around on random shelves and in places they're not supposed to be. So I'm very excited to have this as my new main bookshelf. I am still going to want to keep some books downstairs because it's going to look a bit weird having an empty bookshelf downstairs, but it's good. It means we have plenty of space to grow. First step is I need to go and get all of my books, and then I can work out how I want to organise them. Carrying all my books upstairs is not fun. Also, this is not just for style, even though I know it looks unbelievably good. I have hurt my wrist, so I need to wear a wrist support, especially when I'm lifting things, doing things with my wrist. Why was that so hard, carrying all of my books upstairs? I literally went to the gym this morning and did a workout, and I needn't have bothered because the amount of sweat that I just produced carrying all of these books upstairs, it wasn't pretty. Anyway, so I'm going to show you what we've got, and then we need to work out a system because I have no idea what I'm doing. So the question is, do I put authors together, or do I put like colours together, or like vibe of book together? I don't know. I know I definitely am going to have a fantasy section and a romance section, and on my shelves you will see that I have like one small shelf and one big shelf. And ideally that is how it would be split, like one of those would be romance and one would be fantasy. I don't know if that's going to work. Ideally, I think I'd want the fantasy in the bigger section and the romance in the smaller section, but I might have too many romance books for that. So I don't know, we will see. I'm gonna separate them into fantasy and romance and other piles, I think, but let me show you where we are. Okay, so this is pretty much all of the books that I have read. My TBR is still downstairs, and I have also left a few books downstairs on the shelf that I know will be staying downstairs. Okay, that was way easier than I thought. They were already kind of in piles of genre, or mostly, so I actually just had to move the piles around. And I'm pleasantly surprised because I actually think I have a fairly equal number of fantasy and romance, and I thought I was going to have way more romance. And I know that my TBR is a lot heavier on fantasy than romance, so that's good. That means that maybe I can have fantasy in the bigger side. All of this side is like fantasy, and this side is romance, except for that back pile there, which is like other. So here we have the big side and the small side. So I think I'm going to do romance here and fantasy here, and then I do have these shelves up here as well that I had books on before that I can also put a few books on, but I don't know what yet. Okay, so I want to do a Sarah J Maas shelf, I know that, and I also want to do probably a shelf each for Magnolia Parks and Boys of Torment, but we'll have to see how that goes. I can see a lot of my Sarah J Maas books here, so that's what I'm going to start with. So this is what's so annoying. I have A Corpse in Flames in hardback and the rest of ACOTAR in paperback. So this is just annoying to me. I need to work out a way to display this. Don't know what to do. Why am I so stuck? I think I'm going to run out of space on the romance shelves. I'm going back to fantasy because romance is just stressing me out. And I am now going to give you a quick run through of the shelves. I have some space, which is good. I'm not going to lie, it didn't turn out perfect just because of the split of the genres, but it is what it is, and I'm sure it will evolve as time goes on, and I'll probably mess with it all the time. But let me give you a close-up and show you what we've got. Let's start at the top, which is the hardest one, and then it should be easier from there. In fact, maybe I should film on my phone. Okay, so this is the very top shelf. And this general side of the bookshelf is supposed to be fantasy, but it didn't work out that way. It's basically just a rom-com shelf. So we have The Unhoneymooners by Christina Lauren, Icebreaker, Across the Line, the It Happened One Summer duology, The Hating Game. I have Wild Love just mainly because it fit the colour. I'm not sure if that will stay. I have the Influencers series, The Bodyguard, some Ali Hazelwood books, some Lynn Painter books, and also Sarah Adams, Abby Jimenez, and just other books that I felt fit that vibe. Going on to the shelf next to it, the other top shelf, we have just some series that I didn't really feel like fit with the rom-com genre. So we've got the Knock 'Em Out series, some of Laura Nash's series, and what is that series called? The Indigo Ridge series, I don't know what it's called. I only have the first two books of that, but yeah. That's a bit of a random shelf, to be honest. I'm not very happy with it. Now, this next shelf I am a bit happier with. So we have a fantasy shelf. So the next 4 shelves down on this side are all fantasy. So we have many series, I think, on this shelf. So we have A Dawn of Onyx and The Promise of Peridot by Kate Golden, one of my favourite fantasy series. We have Emily Wilde's books here, Divine Rivals and Ruthless Vows. I really did not like Ruthless Vows, but I did love Divine Rivals, so I've still got them. Fourth Wing and Iron Flame, Once Upon a Broken Heart trilogy. Then I just have Never by Jessa Hastings on display here. I did like this book. It's not my favourite. I think I gave it around 4 stars. But the main reason I've got it on display is because I absolutely just love this cover. And then here I have a couple of Fairy Loot books, and these ones I just liked the spines of them together and I thought it fit well with the Never cover. This is actually A Tempest of Tea, and this one is If I Have to Be Haunted. And then here I have The Crimson Moth. This one I was debating having this spine that way as well, which maybe I will do for now, actually. Yeah, I'll keep it like that for now. I think it maybe looks better having 3 spines like that. And then Bonesmith. This also has a sprayed edge spine, but it's not like a pretty design, so it wouldn't really go. Okay, and then if we carry on over, we have my Magnolia Park shelf. Not much to say, it's a bit boring. I just have the books. Obviously there was 3 of the indie published versions, and then obviously it became traditionally published, so these ones are bigger, which is annoying. Also, yes, I have 2 copies of Into the Dark, which is annoying. It's actually my least favourite book as well, from the series, not ever, obviously. Okay, now we are 1 shelf down, back over to the fantasy side, and this is my Sarah J Maas shelf. So here I have my Throne of Glass series, ACOTAR. Really annoying that I have Court of Silver Flames in hardback, but I have put it next to my Crescent City books, which are the ones that I have on display just because they probably are my favourite covers, and they're hardback, so they're easier to put like this than a paperback. However, I have actually not read this series yet, so. And then just across from that we have my Boys of Torment shelf. I do have the other 2 books, but I am halfway through reading one of them and haven't started the other one, so they will be joined on here. And then I just have this little heart Jellycat. Next shelf down, back on the fantasy side, we have my Plated Prisoners series, well, all of the books that I've read so far. Fate and Flame series by K.A. Tucker, is that what it's called? Can't remember. The first few books in the Blood and Ash series. Folk of the Air trilogy, Dance of Thieves, Vow of Thieves, One Dark Window. Oh, these are the wrong way around. Randomly, I have a Once Upon a Broken Heart paperback. It just didn't look right to be with the other books because that whole shelf is hardback. But I wanted to keep it and have it because it's also an exclusive edition, like an exclusive Waterstones edition, so I did want to keep it. So it's just down here. Then we have The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue. I never talk about this book, but I absolutely love this book. Powerless by Lauren Roberts, Bride by Ali Hazelwood, and then we have the Kingdom of the Wicked trilogy here, which is at the end because Kingdom of the Wicked is in hardback, which just annoys me so much. I'm really learning from my lessons and sticking to either paperback or hardback for a whole series. And then across from that we just have some kind of random romance books, but they're not rom-com books, if that makes sense. So Before We Were Strangers, The Simple Wild, Conference of Wildflowers, Love Letters to Whiskey. This is one of my favourite books of all time. From Luke Off With Love, another one of my favourite books. Every Summer After, another favourite book, I think. I've not ever reread it, but I really liked it when I read it. Normal People, another favourite book. If You'd Been With Me, Daisy Jones and the Six, another favourite book. Walking at Night, this is my most recent read actually, and quite a few books there. Okay, and now we are down to my last rows. So this is the Zodiac Academy series here, the, oh, what's it called? Crowns of Nyaxa series. Fear the Flames, book 1. Actually, I know that this is being republished, which I'll probably get the republished version because I do want to read on in the series, and I'm sure that that size won't match the new books. So yeah, Shatter Me, and then the Inheritance Games series as well. And then finally, my last shelf in here is Emily Henry books. This series by Corinne Michaels, I literally can't, the Arrowwood Brothers, that's what it's called. And then some Elle Kennedy books. So that is the end of this bookshelf tour. I do still need to work out where these other books are going. I need to put some on my shelves in this room as well. This room is definitely not finished. I still want to get a rug and a reading chair for in here. But yeah, I'm sure you will see it more in backgrounds of videos now. Let me know your favourite way to organise your bookshelves because yeah, this is how they are for now, but it's definitely not perfect and doesn't make like complete logical sense to me. So we'll see, it may change and I would love to get your ideas. Please don't forget to like, leave a comment and subscribe if you haven't already. I would love to see you in my next video. Bye!